1-0 at Old Trafford. You couldn't write this story. You just couldn't write this story. I feel like I've pulled half of my hair out. Um, where do we start? How do we unpack? Looking at the scenes of jubilation, really, from an Everton perspective, and they deserve it. I think this is a new low for Man United, absolute new low. Um, David Moyes jumping on the touchline there. He can't believe his eyes. He can't believe the scenes. Big questions have to be asked out of Amarim. I'm sorry. Um, it's the first time. It's the first time I've really, really called him out. It's not the first time I've been critical, doubtful of him, but huge question marks after this match. Huge question marks. That is a new low. Man United breaking records again. Amarim breaking records at Man United. How do we lose this match? How? This team has not come out of second gear, third gear. Let's unpack the match. Very rarely do we see a performance from a team where there's not one single good player. I tell a lie. Maybe Delete. Maybe. Um, but even he had the chance to really be the hero. And he just tamely passed the ball in front of the goal to the opposition keeper. No good performances. I don't think any United player deserves anything more than a 6.5. And from a United perspective, maybe Delete ends the game with 6 or 6.5. That's about it. Shocking performance from Man United. It is so bad, guys. It is so bad that Everton, who started the match much the better team with 11 players, got into a fight, into a scrap with their own player, one player slapping the other, get sent off, and they continue to dominate Man United at home at Old Trafford. 10 players v 11. Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. Let's get into the players. Lamens. Um, he's not had to do much for most of this match. He's not had to do much, but the one time he was called upon, didn't produce the save. His counterpart, Pickford, much the better player, and I think overall in the match, maybe Pickford is a man of the match contender. He did have a good few saves, not as many as he should have had, but he did. So, Lamens, subpar performance. The three centre backs, and I have to laugh when I'm still saying Man United had three centre halves. Lenny Yoro, probably one of his poorest performances in a United shirt. Didn't come out with the ball at the back, from the back. I think he's suffering a little bit of a, crisis in terms of confidence, in terms of his own stay in the team. Delete, I think he was the best player in a red shirt today, Delete. But we've seen him come up trumps in the opposition half. We've seen him come up trumps in front of goal for the opposition. Didn't look threatening. Had a couple of chances. One chance in particular where he was in front of goal. Should have had a shot on target, and he very, very tamely passed the ball. So he probably gets an average score for me, 6 or 6.5 if we're being generous. Luke Shaw, poor, poor. Didn't make mistakes, but didn't sprint out, didn't run, wasn't his usual tenacious self, didn't back his left wing back as much. And I think overall, we just didn't have a pattern. What was the gameplay today? Cross the ball into Xerxes and hope the 6'4", 6'5" man does the business. That was it. Right? The wing backs, absolutely poor. Mazraoui was terrible, got subbed off at half time. Dorgu was terrible, got subbed off at 55, 60 minutes. The midfield, non-existent. It is not an exaggeration. Casemiro was barely looked like a professional player. It was as bad as that. Bruno Fernandes, really bad. Really bad. And then the front three, actually, I tell a lie. I think Mbuemo should probably get the man of the match when it turns to United. Yeah, actually, he should. He was the one player who put in an effort. He was the one player who always showed up, sprinted, and I feel sorry for him. I really feel sorry for him. He looks like a one-man army at the moment, one-man Red Army, and it's very bad because he's scoring the goals, he's playing, he's taking all the hits from the opposition. No one's helping him out. Ahmad, a word on Ahmad. This guy has got great potential. Stinking performance in today. Stinking. Mount came on, was decent. But there's no leadership. No one stood to be counted. No one took the initiative. No one said, this is their match. And yeah, I think this has to culminate in a criticism for Amorim. He does too much talking in the press conference. He does a lot of talking verbally. Shocking lineup, shocking system, shocking men management, performance, didn't have a reaction. All throughout the Premier League this season, Man United have turned up poor in the second half. This time we were poor from the word go. We were poor from the first half, let alone the second half. Amorim's got to take a lot of responsibility. And I'm not going to continue to have a rant. This is not about getting, views or etc. I'm just really despondent at this United performance. Because when you look at it from a mentality perspective, Everton were better in all aspects, especially in terms of the fight. They wanted it so bad. They were fighting their own players, for God's sakes. Right? United, we didn't show any fight. Look at the way they celebrated their goal. Amazing. So, really, really poor from Man United perspective. And Amorim has got to take big criticism. I'm glad, it sounds crazy, but I'm glad it wasn't another draw and that we are continuing with this stupid iteration of 5 games unbeaten and all of that. No. It's a defeat. It's a stinking defeat at home. We play Crystal Palace next Sunday. And Crystal Palace will probably attack. But then, it doesn't look like it right now, but Man United are better off with teams attacking them. Which is crazy. How do we play so poor with a low block? And Amorim, again, he has to be looked at. He has to be criticized. You can't be a manager of a huge club like Man United and be playing five at the back. Today was literally five at the back. We are at home against Everton, right? What is he expecting? And then when they score that one goal, of course they're going to go against a low block. And Man United just look devoid of ideas, don't don't know what to do. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson. We can't keep going back to Sir Alex Ferguson. I put him on the thumbnail of my previous video. Fuming. He would be fuming. He'd be throwing the kitchen sink at it. We did maybe the last 5 minutes. We should have done that at least half an hour, right? If not the entire second half. People talk about all these players that we had, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, etc. Guys, this started with the manager. And now we've got a manager in Ruben Amorim who, at Old Trafford, against a low team like Everton, against 10 men, just continues to play the same way. He's stubborn as hell. And I sure hope his ass is on fire. I sure hope he has to be. He has to be. It will be a big setback because United are overall playing better. But questions need to be asked. This match was just horrendous. I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say anymore because I think this is a new low for Man United. It's a new low. United have had some good decisions, some good luck in the run up. Even this season, we can't really say we've been unlucky. Sure, we've had some bad luck, and I think the first matches against Arsenal, etc. I can definitely clearly say yes, we were robbed, let alone of a draw, but of a win. But I think we've had our fair share of luck in terms of refereeing decisions, in terms of bad performances from teams. Today again, can we really say that we're unlucky? No. I mean, Everton, two of Everton players were fighting their own teammates, right? And I looked at it and I thought, oh wow, we're getting lucky again. We started the game terrible, 11 players v 11. We were second best. I thought, okay, Everton shot themselves in the foot. We're now up against 10 players. But what do you know? How did we lose this match? Unbelievable. Anyway, let's get into the player ratings. Lamens 5, below par. Should have done better, and in comparison to Pickford, the worst of the two goalkeepers. Euro, a 5 as well. Didn't do what he's in the team to do. Delit, I would say 6.5 or 6 actually. He's average. Can give him a 6.5. And Luke Shaw, 5. Didn't provide that attacking prowess, what we sometimes expect now of Luke Shaw. And I was hoping to see him a little bit more in that second half, kind of like marauding, telling his left wing back to go up, pretty much stay as a winger, and he'd take care of situations. No, that didn't happen. The two wing backs, Drogu, really bad, 4. And the same for Mazraoui. I think that's even generous. They're both not in the match. Really, really poor. Casemiro, I don't think he's done anything good in the match. 1. I don't think Casemiro did anything good in the match. 1 out of 10. Bruno Fernandes, 3. Poor set pieces. no leadership, runs around, demands the ball, but then didn't spray any passes crossfield, literally gave simple passes. If you're going to be giving simple passes, you might as well let your defenders do that and show up for the ball in better areas. Poor performance. Ahmad was in a number 10 position. Just for his first half contributions, I would say 5.5. But his second half contributions are as low as it gets. And for me, he gets an average of 3. Terrible. Hello from Texas, Joshua Young. Hey, Joshua. I hope you're a Man United fan, but at the same time, commiserations if you are, because we've just had a shocking performance, which is very, very tough to unpack. Mbuemo, I'll give Mbuemo a generous 7. I don't know what he's done wrong, and I think he's probably the best attacking player from a United perspective. Has been carrying this team, but so much so he's been forced out. He was pretty much man marked this match because Everton knew stop Mbuemo and stop anything potent from Man United. So he takes the man of the match crown. I don't think he'll want that, but he takes the man of the match crown from a United perspective. And Joshua Zirkzee, interesting. I think I'd like to give him a little bit more of a generous score based on his second half performance. I really didn't like his first half performance, but it showed a bit of fight, it showed a bit of toughness. It is not his style of play, it is not his style of match. Zirkzee is more of a number 10, let's say 9.5. But today he had to play that number 9 role. Tough role, hold up play. He had it in from Tarkowski from the start. And to his credit, in the second half, I think Zirkzee was a little bit more than a 6.5. So overall score for Zirkzee for me, I'd give him a 5.5. In the second half, I think he had 3 headers, decent chances. He should have done better, to be honest. One of the one which was passed by, can't remember now, but it hit Zirkzee on the head pretty much, and he should have done slightly better. I think that could have been a goal. I do have one moment of the match which I thought De Ligt, absolutely fantastic ball over to Mount. Mount cuts it back for Bruno, and yet again, very, very poor. So the only players who come out with any kind of credibility from this match for me are De Ligt and Mbuemo. We go into the subs. Mount came on at half time. I think he comes in with a little bit of credibility, 6.5. Then Kobe Mainu came into the match. He was poor. He was not strong enough. Didn't hold the ball well enough. Didn't show the bite between his teeth. I think Thomas Tuchel was watching the game. I don't think he sees anything from Kobe Mainu that tells him, well, we need to take this guy for England. I'd give Kobe Mainu a 5.5. This match was there for the taking. He came on, he had 35 minutes to make an impact, did not. Who else came on? Diego Dalot. Well, Diego Dalot did Diego Dalot things, which is non-existent, absolutely below of average, below par. Another blame on Amrim's name, to be very honest with you. Dalot 5. Who else came on? I don't think anybody else came on. And lastly, Ruben Amorim. Well, if Casemiro was a 1, I'd give Amorim a 2. He goes in with the second worst score of everyone. I'm only giving him a 2 because he didn't have Cunha to his disposal. He didn't have Šeško to his disposal. Martinez is not quite ready. So those mitigating circumstances are the only reason why he gets slightly better than Casemiro. But otherwise, Amorim's an absolute shocking performance from his press conference to now, just really bad. And I think I've seen Sky put the mic in front of De Ligt. Definitely one of the better players to come out and face the media. So not surprised. And the fans, the fans were decent for whatever they were given by way of the team. I think they did well. So the fans come up with a respectable 8, but really shocking performances all around. And I don't know where we go from here. Our next match is next Sunday against Crystal Palace. We're having so long to prepare for these matches. It is mind-boggling how we can turn up on any given day and put performances like this. Not all of the players are even playing on international duty. 12 matches in, 12 games in, and we are on 18 points. 1.5 points per game. We've got it all to do. We've got it all to come. Really, really crestfallen from today, guys. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to leave you on this sour note, but hope we can find something for next week. Take care, guys. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.